I mean, I think in that conversation, we talked a lot about what our plans were for the programmatic video space, how we wanted to get our clients involved in it, what we were seeing from the marketplace in terms of their needs and their targets in terms of how they wanted to use programmatic video. And I think the last year has been about turning that theory into reality and practice. And so we spent a lot of time in terms of refining how did we want to bring that product to market and make it most effective on behalf of our clients. With a specific sensitivity of being able to get them a scaled amount of audience matches for the target audiences that they wanted to reach across our portfolio. We also focused on making that a component of our portfolio relationship with those clients. So we've been working with our best clients who are active across our entire portfolio in television and digital. And we're really excited about what's transpired over the last few months and coming out of the upfront in terms of the amount of business and the quality of the business that we've done specifically related to our programmatic video offering.
So tell us a little bit how that works. Is it private? Is it open? You know, tell us a little bit about, you know, and who's in the program at this point.
Sure. So, I mean, I think first when you talk about video, I think the supply and demand curve is different than it looks like in display. So it requires a different tact in terms of how we're implementing the product. Second is we're looking at doing this with our best clients. So this is an opportunity that we've brought to our best agency and direct clients. And so again, we've seen this as a component of what they've done with us on an overall basis. But again, because we are going direct to those clients' conversations, these are purely private deals. We aren't doing anything in the open exchange, nor do I anticipate that we would do anything in the open exchange with respect to video inventory. It's our most prized asset. It's the core asset of the company from a media standpoint. And we want to make sure that our best customers have the ability to reach their target audiences at scale across that asset.
So Aaron, how is it, when you say targeted audience, so how granular is it? What's the ROI? What's the value in being addressable or being targeted? And I'm sure there's a premium involved with that.
There is a premium involved. I think it's a little too early to tell, to be honest, in terms of answering that question with a level of specificity, both from our side and frankly from the client side as well. I think they're new to understanding how audience targets will work in video vis-a-vis how they work in display and the level of specificity they can get in terms of that audience targeting. I think it's too early to give any specific results. I'd say the initial results is that video is a little bit broader in its targets than the display world. But I think, again, we're going to see how that plays out over time. And I think the most important thing to note here is that the relationships that we have with our clients from a product standpoint, from an implementation standpoint, is they understand, and we've been quite forthright with them, that this is an iterative process in terms of continuing to hone what are the targets they're going after, how can we best help reach them, both in terms of how we change the product, but also how they amend their approach as we go.
And how do you feel about the whole tech stack world, in other words, that you operate in, and all the vendors and the ecosystems? And is it a challenge? Is it easy? Is it more complex? Are there problems? You know, you're sitting here driving this thing. What is the state of the industry?
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, specifically with respect to video, I think it's been both interesting and challenging. I think that the ad tech companies come to the marketplace with a particular point of view of how they expect these transactions will occur. And that takes into account to some degree how we transact with our clients, but also to a large degree they don't have exposure to the business at the level of detail we have. So you know, for example, in what we're doing with programmatic video, we've put a number of demands in terms of our ad tech partners from an implementation standpoint in terms of how we want them to meld the product to support our clients' needs and how we want to bring this product to market.
And finally, Aaron, looking out next year to the upfronts or to the marketplace, like how do you see it changing over the next 12 months?
It's a good question. I mean, I think, frankly, I've been a bit pleasantly surprised with how much it's evolved coming out of this upfront. I think that trend will only continue because we're continuing to see demand from our clients driving our appetite. Not that we don't have a large appetite already to be doing this stuff, but really interested in continuing to push the envelope in terms of their ability to reach audiences. And so our ability, going back to your last question, to meld the technology to support those goals on behalf of our clients will be a real key to success. I think, again, we've started, if you look at the relative size of the business, relatively small, but still a significant chunk of the growth of our business in this past upfront, but I expect that's only going to grow and expand to potentially other forms of video across our portfolio.
Video in the stream, Vine, and so forth. A lot going on with the different form factor and the big move to mobile, and how does that all shake out?
I think look, from our perspective, our philosophy has been and continues to be, we're trying to help our clients reach their target consumers across any platform, and we're delivering our content across multiple platforms. Now, as you suggest, that's beginning to take different forms, and subsequently the creative rendering, particularly on behalf of the clients, are likely going to take different forms as well. That's going to require, as we talked about before, that the technology is able to support the delivery of different types of creative based on different types of audience matches or different types of consumer experience in terms of how they're consuming the video experience.